This is the book Cal and Kip. Can you get your decodable book Cal and Kip by Alex Yu? You can get that book. Okay, anytime you need to pause, do so. Okay, let's take a picture walk. I see a man walking through, it looks like a desert or something because I see a cactus. I see a little stream going through the cliffs there. Oh, I see some animals. Looks like it could be a bobcat or bobcats. It's more than one. They're on top of the cliff, and down there is the man. Do you think it's hot there? Yes, and we could tell on the next page. He's sitting near the cactus on a rock, and he's wiping sweat. So it is very hot. Here he is again. Okay, this is a longer book, so we're going to keep going. Both pages, I see the bobcats sitting there. Look at the expressions they're making on their faces. Do you think bobcats can really make those kind of faces? Let's keep looking. The man has a backpack. You see his hat. He's taking off his backpack. They look like they may be watching him. Okay, on the next page, he's taking something out of his backpack. It looks like a snack of some kind to eat. Here they're still sitting up on the cliff watching, and look how they're doing their hand like, what? Here he's drinking something, probably water. And here the bobcats are in a different pose. Look how they're sitting now. I'm not going to read the last page. I always like it to be a surprise. Okay, do you think this could happen where we live? No, because we don't live where cactuses grow, do we? No. Okay, let's read to see who the characters are. Let's read to see where the setting is, where the story takes place, and when it takes place. And let's see if we can figure out, could this really happen? Okay, put your finger either on Mrs. Wood's finger or put it under your words as I read. A tall man is on the sand. Bobcats spot the tall man. Cal and Kip Bobcat talk. I know already. Can this story really happen? Why not? Right, it says the bobcats talk. Bobcats can't talk, so this is not real. This would be a fantasy. The animals are doing things that people do. Look at that word cow. We learned that usually AL says all, but sometimes words don't follow the rules. Okay, this time it does not follow the rule. It is a naughty, naughty word. Owl is the word, cow. Okay, let's go to the next page. The sand is hot, said Kip. And if you notice, we have some quotation marks because these are the words that Kip said. So he knows the sand down there is hot. The tall man sat on a small rock. The tall man had a black cap. Look, there's a question mark. We've got to read it like we're asking a question. Can I have a cap? Said Cal. Okay, there we go. He's talking. Animals can't talk. Make sure your finger's under my word. Bobcats can't have caps, said Kip. Why would they want a cap? Maybe to keep them cooler. Sometimes a cap will make you feel cooler. Or to keep the sun off your head. The tall man had a backpack. Bobcats can't have backpacks, said Cal. They don't need backpacks, do they? They don't need to carry things. The tall man had a small snack. And bobcats skip snacks, said Kip. The tall man had a sip. It's hot, said Cal. Sip and drip a lot, said Kip. What does he mean when he says sip and drip? Yes, you need to sip a lot of water when it's hot, and drip. You're probably going to drip with sweat when it's hot. Let's read that last page. The tall man trots past Cal and Kip. He's leaving, isn't he? Could this story really happen? No, it couldn't really happen because the animals are talking. Okay, who are the characters in our story? There are 3. The tall man, Cal, and Kip. So we have a person and animals that are characters. Where does the story take place? What is the setting? Yes, it takes place probably in a desert or somewhere where it's very hot, and you can tell by the sand and the plants. And when does the story take place? During the daytime, because it is light outside, isn't it? And you would not go hiking through there at night either. It may be taking place in the summer because of the clothes he is wearing. Okay, let's take a look at a couple of words in our story here. The word bobcats. That is a special kind of word. It's called a compound word because it's made up of 2 words. It's made up of the word, boy, that's not a very good B, is it? Bob. And it's made up of the word cat. And if you put the 2 words together, you get bobcat. So a compound word is a word that's made up of 2 small words put together to make a big word. There was another compound word in our story that I saw besides bobcat. Right here's our compound word. See if you can find it. The tall man had a backpack. What's the compound word? Yes, backpack is the compound word. It's made up of 2 words, back, and it's made up of the word pack. And you put it together to make backpack. It's a pack you wear on your back. There's another special word we've talked about before, can't. Do you remember what these kind of words were called? Contractions. That is a short way of writing the words can not. Bobcats can't have backpacks, or you could say bobcats cannot have backpacks. Remember what this is called? An apostrophe. This has a C, this has an A, this has an N, and a T. They left out these letters right here and put an apostrophe there to make can't. That is a contraction. Okay, I want you to go back and read it one more time with Mrs. Wood, and this time keep your finger under the words and use your voice to read so that someone can hear you. Ready? A tall man is on the sand. Bobcats spot the tall man. Cal and Kip Bobcat talk. The sand is hot, said Kip. The tall man sat on a small rock. The tall man had a black cap. Can I have a cap? said Cal. Bobcats can't have caps, said Kip. The tall man had a backpack. Bobcats can't have backpacks, said Cal. The tall man had a small snack. And bobcats skip snacks, said Kip. The tall man had a sip. It's hot, said Cal. Sip and drip a lot, said Kip. The tall man trots past Cal and Kip. I saw another contraction. Can you find the contraction on this page? Yes, it's the word it's. See the apostrophe? It's is a short way of saying it is. Instead of saying it's hot, you could say it is hot. There's an I, there's a T, and an S. They left out the I and put an apostrophe there. Now, I want you to take your book and I want you to read it to one person in your house and then write the name on the line on your Class Kick slide that tells who you read your book to.